Now I'd like to introduce David Yancey for today's diversity moment. Thank you very much.
So I had an encounter with a homeless man that changed my life. And hopefully over the next 2.5 minutes, that encounter will have some type of lasting impact on you as well. It's really easy for us to look at diversity and inclusion as some type of call to be a great humanitarian, although that's not a bad perspective. But as business leaders, we should begin to see diversity and inclusion as a tool to help us identify the missing piece to help us close out our vision board. Let me explain. My junior season at the University of Tennessee, I was flying high. I just lost 7% body fat, 0.3 of a second off my 40 time, and I was second on the depth chart and the third ranked team in the nation. I was feeling myself. And the vision of to make it to the NFL, I could taste it. I could see it. So one day I'm walking out of the bank after depositing a check, and here is this homeless man walking by my vehicle, and I'm already beginning to encounter what this experience is going to be like. And as expected, he came up to me and he said, "Sir, do you have any change you can spare?" And I gave him the honest answer. I said, "Hey, I just finished depositing a check. I'm sorry, sir, I can't help you today. I don't have any change to give you." And as I'm walking away towards my vehicle, he says, "Young man, you seem to be blessed and have a lot of wisdom." And at this point, to me, he was definitely violating my cultural comfort zone. Because in my mind, I'm like, how dare he begin to guilt and shame me to find some change to give him? I said, I don't have any. But I opened the door to my vehicle and I said, "Thank you, sir, I appreciate that." And I closed the door and I rolled the window down. And he didn't stop there. He said, young blood. And at this point, my mind is totally blown because the encounter I imagined is going out the window. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And he continues and he says, "Young blood, how do you see the world?" And I'm startled. And he says, "Young blood, see the world through your peripheral. That's how you see the world." You may be asking yourself, how did that change my life? How did that impact me? Well, 2 weeks later, that big vision, that big dream I had of making to the NFL was this big, it became this small because I was demoted to special teams. And if you don't understand football, I'll help you out. Special teams is already hard enough to make it to the NFL, but special teams is even harder to make it to the NFL. So my vision to make it to the NFL became this small. And those words kept playing in my mind. And what I realized, I had an epiphany, that I allowed my vision of making it to the NFL to become so big, it overshadowed my vision of becoming a nuclear engineer. And his words, "see the world through your peripheral," were very strong at that point, because then I began to understand that I needed to see the football world through my peripheral and stay focused on achieving my degree. If I not had encountered that man, I may not be standing in front of you today. So what's that message for you? The message for you is this. I want three takeaways to give you. The first one is evaluate your cultural comfort zone. Number 2, challenge the boundaries of your cultural comfort zone. And number 3, identify the missing piece, because you never know. Your successor, or the next person, or there may be a key individual that doesn't look like you, that comes from a different background, that has a different experience than you, grew up in a different environment than you. They may hold the key to you achieving your vision, to your team achieving the goal, and ultimately to us achieving the TVA vision as a whole. Thank you.